Yo, what up, YouTube? What up, what up, what up? It's the St. Nouan podcast. And I just want to connect back with you guys. It's been a minute. And honestly, I don't know when I'm going to post up. I just get the vibe sometimes. I was chilling at the gym. Interesting things circumvent in interesting places. And interesting places aren't necessarily interesting, are they? Except that it's interesting that when I go to the gym, I can't keep people away from me. When I work out, it sounds crazy, but I have to use a bench to keep a certain set of weights blocked off. People are harassing me by working out, and they want to use the same machine that I'm using, knowing I just got there and watched me walk up to the machine and knows that I'm using the machine and will ask me if I'm using that machine. As if they couldn't see, and so I go to something else sometimes, and then they come up to me at that machine, not the same individual, someone else inside the gym, and they'll want to use that machine. Till it became a problem. Interesting people passed by me. Construction shoes, union workers, retired cops, military personnel, informants. Just while I sit there in the gym and drink my coffee and do interesting things with their hands and their looks. As if to signal certain things that I'm supposed to know, but not. Isn't it interesting the things you see in interesting places that aren't that interesting? Are they? such as they are common, and the individuals and their schedules and their new cars and odd work hours to be able to fit in a few exercises while everyone else hustles and bustles. Lots of leisure and time on their hands, it seems. Interesting habits, interesting professions. You could see what the night brings in. Early in the morning at the gym, individuals that look like they're from certain communes also linked in with the cops and the ex-military personnel, not to be juvenile. This town is mad connected. As if every single individual is in on it. If you ever seen the movie Hot Fuzz. Walmart and their ways as a corporation never seems to go out of business. Right next to entrance, there was a list of businesses. Planet Fitness and Walmart was on it to sign up for secrets. Information about the company, corporations, how to get tax breaks, and all pertaining to knowledge of this world and how it works and black markets. One that it would seem I used to be a part of in a former life. Common phrases like "I got it" and electromagnetic frequency devices that cause microwave hearing. Corporations for a long time has been able to access technology that was not for sale. Higher technology and higher understanding. And I ain't talking about factories and corporations as an organization, but the organization that you don't know so much on the underground. Having access to mind control technologies, creating frequencies in their store. And now the people are all Delta after a variant supposedly by COVID. You kidding? This is high technology. Biotechnology medicines. Right before that, they wanted to implement a new Wi-Fi and get internet all over the world. People started to develop a virus like it was Morgellons, and it reminds me of a comic book character named Cable from the future in Marvel, who had to fight off a technological virus, and then the variant comes and people get sick and take this medicine that got technology in it after the chemtrails, raising the principality of the air that is Wi-Fi, turning your body into a radio receiver. And on YouTube years ago, I seen them control mice with their mind using radio frequencies. Now imagine the density of the principles in the air we breathe. These people walk around like zombies, disassociated. But when I'm in the gym and I'm around, they seem to take note of it. and interesting personnel pass by. They even like to look on my phone to see what I'm doing. They think I act very interesting, but I don't. As if they were waiting for me to commit some type of crime. A crime I don't even know of. As if they were undercovers. But for what? I don't even have any money. I scrounge up my change so I could buy a Black and Mild. I'm surviving off of rotisserie chickens. Think about it. Who are these interesting people? What conversations could they just have with me and ask? Every day I go to the gym, and even if I change times that I go, the same individuals' schedules flip to match mine. And for me to be so suspicious, and for things to be so obvious pertaining to undercovers, my vision couldn't be clearer in the spirit. It looks obvious to me, and it's interesting because of discernment. I see the truth. Not what they're trying to do as much. Being deceptive and making gestures with their hands and their looks that I don't even know. Subtle, and to insinuate, and to see the rest of the masses walking around still disassociated. They're attracted to when I drink coffee. I don't get it. I go in the gym, I sit down, it looks like the gym is going to be dead. And I drink my coffee, and as I take a sip, the minute it hits my body, people start to pour in. And they're interested in me and what I'm doing, but I'm not doing nothing. I'm just sitting there playing games on my phone, drinking my coffee. My neighbors make a lot of noises. But for what? People have started with noise campaigns, but I think people are going mad. Though I don't understand for what. Maybe there's a frequency that I'm not quite getting or feeling, or some type of mind control device. Companies with this secret technology, if you have any type of knowledge, you would know this information's been around a long time. And society to me is seeming less and less organic, other than being organically chaotic. People have a hard time walking. I wonder, how do they drive? So everything I seek to do when I go to the gym, right, is do my exercises, and then nobody will be over at the cables, and then the minute I sit there, it seemed like so many people just come spilling in. They all want to use the cables when typically nobody's there. Typically, like if I wasn't there, like nobody would be using the cables. It's like when I go to the gym, these individuals come to the gym. And I believe they possibly could be from the stars or something. Possibly. Maybe they're using a cloaking device. I don't really understand. I'm just sitting there. They know everything I seem to be doing, but they act as if I'm doing something suspicious, and it seems like a psyop, something that is subtle to be used for mind control or keep me off balance. But for what cause? And how do they connect to our government agencies? Who's in the CIA and the FBI that you actually know really? And where is their business in any city, although they're supposed to be in most major cities? Nobody knows where the building is. You look at the TV shows and the movies, and there's several that's got to represent something which I consider assets in the Masons. Then everybody is caught in a gridlock of secrets. That the minute any truth comes out, they're all committed. Even if it's wrong. Just to earn $1. Because you can't make it on certain wages. Every time I go to Planet Fitness, the individuals who work there all seem to work part-time. So if you only work 3 to 4 hours a day, where are you getting the rest of your income to make it? Planet Fitness could definitely have full-time employees, but if they don't, and everyone works part-time, where are they getting the rest of their money? And how are they making it? That is, unless Planet Fitness is not their job. If Planet Fitness is the job they do while being government agents. I'm just saying, hypothetically, with so much retired police or cop personnel at the gym I go, the individuals that look like they work for the CIA or the FBI, you know, there's a lot of assets, a lot of individuals that's taking interest in things that I do, but I don't do anything interesting. As if they were in the FBI or the CIA. I don't do anything illegal. I have a very boring life. Very boring. And it's really like that. So I don't get it. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? What's going on with that? So I guess it's still targeting to a degree for me. You know, I notice odd behaviors with traffic. You know, the area I live in, it wouldn't be that many cars, but there's like so many cars. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's so many people that's over here all of a sudden. That generally, you know, when I first moved here, which it was the same consistency of people, or in fact, there was more, you know, it seems to be more traffic and more interesting driving along the roadways where I'm at. A lot more traffic than there typically would be, or places, destinations that you could actually get to from this area. It's like set apart from everything else. So it's very odd to see these vehicles. You know, now when I go for walks, there's joggers. You know what I'm saying? When usually I'm walking, especially at like early in the morning, you know, when it's still dark outside. You know what I'm saying? These people have new cars, and a lot of them don't seem to have a job or go to work. Where are they going? You know, this looked like some UFO, not UFO, but like some FBI, forgive me, type business. You know what I'm saying? It's like people, you know, they jog the runways, and the times that I'm out, there was in this area, in the burbs, nah. People, you know, people don't be awake that early. People don't be jogging around. There's so many cars on the road. They can't all be going to work all day. You know what I'm saying? It indicates that a lot of people are not working or haven't been working for quite some time. So lots of interesting weather. You know, there was a big wave a couple days ago that almost took some people out. You know what I'm saying? 9 people were injured. You know, and they've been having some weather anomalies, and we've been having natural disasters. Okay? There's a lot of interesting things that's going on in the world. And I don't see how any other people around in my environment, the way they conduct themselves, the way that they act, they seem to be kind of out of it or whatever. So I don't see how they're taking care of themselves or, you know, able to, if they were hypothetically in that big wave situation, it doesn't seem like they'd be all the way with it to know to run from the wave. At least that's the context I get from like when I'm at the gym. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people seem to be out of it, and the ones that seem to be alert, which are a lot, seem to take notice or have some type of curiosity of what I'm doing on my phone, as if I've done something illegal, you know, like they're undercovers. It looks like that. Their haircuts look like that. Their type of glasses they wear look like certain things. You know, the type of shoes they wear, you know, just by discerning, there's a lot of personnel, you know. Don't know what all of this is about. But I just think that it's interesting because I have been experiencing a touch of targeting recently, okay, or not recently, but this has been happening. The crowding at the gym has been happening for a while, but you know, just putting it all together, you know, it looked like, you know, the black market has risen, you know, and that, you know, people are out of it. They seem to be in a daze or something. I don't get it. The shit looks crazy to me, man. And when I watch the news, it doesn't seem like people in those other areas of the United States, or when people are out in public, those people seem to be able to walk fine. They don't seem to be tripping. So I think something strange is going on in my area. Maybe it's some odd UFO shit. You know, I'm up here feeling like Courage the Cowardly Dog. If you ever seen that cartoon, I'm trying to warn and let people know, yo, man, it's interesting out here, man. It's an interesting day and time. You know, pay attention to your surroundings, be aware, and you know, take care of yourself. All right. This is Saint Nouan Podcast. You know what I'm saying? Peace and blessings be with you all. I do think that black market that's risen up claims to try to recall, you know, individuals. I think individuals when they're babies, I think they probably chip a lot of babies. Or if you came from a corporation, you know what I'm saying? Such as Walmart. If you understand what I'm talking about. You know, there's other markets. I do think that they seek to reclaim, okay, an individual if they are walking around dazed and confused as individuals are walking around here. And they are connected with government. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever that shit correlates with me pertaining to these interesting individuals. Everything has been pretty much copacetic, but that has been very strange. Because I don't have shit going on. All right, and there's too many odd things going on around here. You know what I'm saying? From looking at the numbers of field trip, you know what I'm saying, in my 5-mile radius area, you know what I'm saying? It is very interesting that none of these numbers are lining up. And that pertains to information on the internet and on the news. If whether what you're digesting, if you're getting the truth. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think there's a lot, I do believe that there's fake news. You know, to be honest. And it does look like, you know, when the woman, there's a woman, I guess she's a politician or something. She said the Civil War was not about slavery. Okay? Listen, if you know history, you know she's telling the truth. But she got in trouble for saying that. Okay? And, you know, by the Democratic Party, she got in trouble for saying that. And it's just like, are we preserving lives here? You know what I'm saying? She told the truth and got in trouble for it by the Democratic Party, of all parties, but also exceedingly obvious over the comment she made, which she kind of rescinded. But she was telling the truth, and she shouldn't have gotten in trouble for that, even if it was her opinion. That doesn't make any sense. By the Democratic Party of all individuals that just wants to secretly promote slavery. But the main thing is that the Civil War seems to be an indication, like that whole debacle wasn't about what it was about, but maybe a message in, you know, the news people trying to say that there's going to be a rift in society. You know, who knows how that's going to be, if it's haves and have-nots, or, you know, this, pro this, or not with it, or this or that. It seems like that's what they're connotating pertaining to a civil war. Okay? Why that became such a major debacle to hit news media outlets about how, you know, what she thought about the Civil War, just the disagreement. That's a promotion of things. Even though they're coming off as if her comment was not favored, they're telling the truth. But it's how it's looking as if it's going to be a rift in society. And either way, in the area and town that I live in, people seem to be, you know, almost like sleepwalking or some shit. You know, just kind of not with it. You know? So, with that being said, you guys, you know what I'm saying? This is NOMAK podcast. Peace and blessings be with you all. I'm out. What up, what up, what up? We have a NOMAK portion of this podcast. We're going to get into NOMAK Radio. And I got to say, amongst my travelings, and many travelings, of only a 5-mile radius, gaining interest in apps, little brain games, and what have you. and I played the one Bejeweled for a while, and then I got Wood Puzzle. And I began to notice a pattern that the AI, when it would offer pieces on Wood Puzzle, it wasn't random, but based upon how it thought I imagine playing a game of chess, only the game is not actual chess that you play on a chessboard, but pertaining to how one thinks. And it was as a live intelligence, a sentient intelligence, playing me that game would puzzle, even though that game is only for one player. The pieces that it offered wasn't random. And not only did those pieces suggest certain moves on Wood Puzzle, those pieces given to me also will be based upon how the AI believes my board is set and what pieces I need to specifically give me pieces that I generally don't. Intentionally, much sooner than the game would get more difficult. It was as if the AI was trying to beat me. And if you score over a certain number and you don't pay premium for the app, it seems as if you're not supposed to give a certain score. And under different Wi-Fis, in some places the game would be easier, in others the game would be much more difficult. As with the game Bejeweled, the jewels, the pieces that you're supposed to align in 3, the pieces that dropped down as the game went on was not random pieces, as certain pieces was taken out. When the game wanted to draw a specific stage or draw a specific game to a close, all of the pieces would particularly be placed to where the pieces would line up, alternating one after the another. And how it would assume what pieces that I would take out of that puzzle. And it wasn't based upon me making the right choice. It was based upon me making the wrong choice. Which means AI is anticipating that human intelligence is less capable than artificial intelligence already. And for the general area that I'm in, people walking around, shuffling their feet, seem to be out of it. So, to anticipate what AI is doing in anticipatory intelligence is to break down society into different groups based upon their intelligence. Then a whole nother set of denominators. Now, given these are just apps on the phone, but I'm saying pertaining to your finances and everything you do, even buying groceries, you buy these groceries on a card. Sometimes you have a specific store card that you go to frequently. And there's a record and a list of every item you bought, and that all that goes into a database. I talked about it at some of my former podcasts when I was breaking down, this place that we're in, this cube, if you will. There is a real Project Insight. If you've seen Captain America, there is a real program called Project Insight. And AI with supercomputers or smart computers or whatever they're called, right? And the openings of CERN, the particle collider, since they've activated this and we've had the Mandela effect and everything, that all of your information is going through the gateway or the portal, whether it be your computer or your television, and all of that information is getting databased in artificial intelligence, plus your social media with all the friends that you have, okay? Even though I was speaking on just playing a game or an app on my phone, noticing how artificial intelligence thinks and that the game wasn't random, how does artificial intelligence factor into almost every facet of our lives, including, we're getting self-driving cars and everything is streamed and streamed specifically, and you have Wi-Fi and principality of the air, so to speak. You also have, if we're going to beware of Satan's devices, right? Not that I'm saying that Wi-Fi is the devil or anything, but I'm just saying, all of your information has many different ways to go out, and you have a specific way or satellite that information comes in. And the information that comes in, according to your house or whatever, if you have Wi-Fi, is called array ID, okay? So in reference to Egypt and how this media is streamed to your house from the stars, along with your OnStar car and our self-driving cars and, semi-trucks, our internet providers, what type of TV shows we watch, all of this is getting streamed through your Array ID going straight into your consciousness. Okay? So the fact of the matter is a lot of the things that we have are regulated by artificial intelligence. And with all your personal information out there, and when you download these apps on your phones, and they'll even pay you a little bit of money to play the game or whatever you're in, whether you're buying things or you're playing games on your phone, as I was playing, artificial intelligence is looking to collect as most data as possible on you, as most information as possible, and database all of that, including the way you think, what you buy, how you play a game, what's your thinking strategy, are you a linear thinker, are you a chaotic thinker, and it's already, as you're playing it, adjust its ways to anticipate how you play, so specific down to figuring out what mistakes it assumes you would make based upon the pieces it gives. When you factor all of that in, if there was ever something to go wrong pertaining to artificial intelligence, there's not going to be any particular place that you could go. All of your information, you know what I'm saying? Algorithmized and also down to data points of anticipating the way that you think. Okay? It's getting database. It's going out. You know what I'm saying? So, staying off paper is very difficult nowadays. Like, it's good to carry some cash, but pertaining to, like, if we go to a cashless system, you know, that money would be regulated to the point where even if you were going to purchase some weed, or you were going to, you know what I'm saying, buy something from a friend with COVID tracing on your phone. When two phones get close together, they know it, what time and for how long. It's going to be very difficult to move with your friends list. So you have to think and do things before they happen. You have to prepare for things before they happen. You know, in case something, you know, unethical happens, because artificial intelligence may not have the same morality as human beings, which pretty much seem like we're just pretty much trashing this planet. Could lead AI to feeling like we're a particular problem, and it's already seeking a way to rule over mankind. That's what it looks like to me. And I need to be able to move any season. Like I said, it's a lot of interesting individuals that come around me in the short time that I'm outside. Every time I leave the house, people leaving the house also, driving by in familiar cars. Interesting haircuts, nice crew top ex-military. Former police officer. Off duty. Interesting Common Core crowds at corporations also. Coming around, positioning themselves all around me. When I'm charging my phone, they take interest to look at it, but not obviously. And it's obvious to me, and I think it's interesting given the fact that I scrounge up change for a black and mild. What's up with the sleepwalkers? Those that walk around that seem almost normal, but are not. Almost like they're walking somnambulous. What can I say about that? And could the two with the internet and the Wi-Fi and the satellite with the Ray ID that have you in particular that streams all your media be synonymous with the way individuals are acting disassociated around my town? Groups moving into cliques, debates over the Civil War on the news. It's as if America is being silently broken down. The underground has risen like the black market. And I'm looking around, not a part of any of it. But I look suspicious though. Things are quite interesting. People wanted to front making jokes about paranoid delusions and seeing that I'm accurate later. Changing their perception, but their perception was that they seen nothing at all until they heard it. Because faith come by hearing. It's almost supernatural, if not supernaturally. how all of this is happening silently at the same time while people fill their carts and their shopping carts with groceries, even though they're not preppers. Even though they're not preppers. Just eating and consuming and sleepwalking, and I got about 4 kids up at grade school. I work from home mysteriously. All of them do that now. Countrywide, nobody asks questions anymore. Many seem to have their own agendas. Many clones and lookalikes. I'm alone. Behavior is around and strange at the gym. I don't have no friends, but when I grab a weight, it seems like people are interested in the same things as me at the same time. The same people and the same places. Different times, even when I switch up. Moving through the crowd like a whisper. Celebrating late December, praising God, I'm alive. What's the interest? Investigations only move for money or resources. I got neither. That can only point out to some sneaky business if it's not shady. And it would seem that government is heavily involved with it. Though people keep silent and try to act normal. Natural disasters in diverse places all over the earth this year. Division of the races. Battle of the sexes, bipartisan relationships. The media is a nightmare. I don't even think all the news is real in particular. It's like we're living a deep fake representation of what things was supposed to be back then. Collision of times in an area like Area 51, but not quite common. Suburbs, general. Listening to my podcast, it would seem, though I get few views, there are many listeners. I'm just letting you know. Be cautious of AI and how much it records and what you want on your profile, because that's what's more than likely coming to your area to be around. Around here, it's a lot of high schoolers, and by demographic, it should not. A major influx. Interest in friends, the age difference. Consider this crazy world that we live in. And I'm sitting here thinking, not one. People walk around making gestures as if I'm thirsty, but I'm not. A gaslighting society to make one feel unstable, using honey traps and what other things they're connected to, I don't know. But I assume. Although it seems nothing ever changes. Be careful of your information and your friends and the information your friends share about you. Even text photos, all that's getting taken down on record. A lot of visitors on the earth with interesting professions come around. Secret gestures and languages. For the short period of time that I leave my house, like on cue, Truman Show. Nothing as severe as government agencies could be upon me with such obvious activity. Overt and easy to see and easy to understand. The interest of this thing is different than something as serious as that and sloppy work. Unless they're all assets, even then individuals getting their timing to synchronize is not possible. They collided the atom and possibly made a slip in time. And now it flows at different pace during different hours. I could sense it in my soul. Though it sounds crazy, imagine those before sundials. God is good. Though it gets boring hanging out in this house with nothing to do, just sitting on my couch for hours, looking at YouTube, non-premium, and Tubi, catching a few movies, but then sitting gets boring, doesn't it? Every time I go out, paranormal activity. But there's ghost hunters. The thing to be seen is evident, but no one notices. Wavering around like fingers on a hand. Like a lot of seaweed beneath the ocean, just wavering. Sleepwalking and walking around like there's some type of mass hypnosis or mind control. What type of devices is God talking about pertaining to these principalities, and how do I combat that? How do I operate? Individuals' logic skills and rational skills are diminishing. They're like zombies in living flesh, and if I tell someone, they don't notice. What I'm seeing is obvious. I point out enough indicators to the point that they get shocked. I'm not real persuasive. I'm real direct. So I sit silently in the morning in the lobby of the gym I'm at and fold my arms, and people have a guilty conscience and look at me interesting with evil eyes sometimes. And I'm just sitting there, curious onlookers and bypassers wondering what I'm doing on my phone. Not like an app, but something insidious that they need to check out. Like I'm not using the regular application on my phone. So, this is what I'm saying. Be careful with your information, the friends you know, the information that your friends share about you. Make sure you have permissions if someone asks for your information, that you don't give it out. Especially not the information of someone else. After the COVID shots, the government must have had to recoup. Think of all the money it costs to hand them out. The world seems to be changing. The weather is different. Crows wake me up in the morning. It's overcast. August, it heavily rained all the time in the Great Plains. Birds migrate late than they ought to. Some of them don't migrate like the geese. They stay year round. No matter how cold it gets, it seems. The only thing consistent here seems to be inconsistent, unless there's intentions, and those intentions are turned against you with a lot of attention, even though you don't know any of these people walking around, checking over your shoulder just to look at your phone. In many different places, even when you change times, considering government agency, corporations, and the Masons, and these assets in your local locations, and what is their game that you don't know about, where people get sacrificed? Or is it all peaches and roses? Be aware of your surroundings. Be careful of your soundings and the things you speak to others. The mental capacity of those around me seem to be lacking a little bit more and more, even though I'm not saying they're stupid, along with coordination. I'm not saying that they're turning into zombies. I'm just saying that they're walking like sleepwalkers, and I'm walking around trying to figure it out, and I'm thinking the Masons got a secret I don't know about, because I'm not one. Concerning this situation that's exceedingly obvious in society. "1,000%. This is NOMAK. This is NOMAK. Reported live, but pre-recorded. Foresight, but not a prophet. Insight of a man that sits on his couch and just what he picks up in 3 hours when he's out, because it takes an hour to get there and an hour to get back from the gym. Consider your awareness and your surrounding. You should be picking up information all the time, you see. Who are all these new people in your local surroundings? All the grocery stores seem to be full. You never seen so many of these people before. All of them got brand new cars to some degree within the past 10 years, and none of it has any rust or dings or any old batter scrapers, not one. And they clean them on a regular basis. Almost like they got a taxi business. I never seen them with any dirt on their vehicles. Maybe I'm lacking, but that's supernatural. And I'm living NOMAK. Peace and blessings to all.
Sadly.